get to the industry perspective. And the question is going to April Francis. April, thank you again very much for joining. You were a part of the early adopters. Yes, you went through the pain. Would like to hear the story about the pain. Would like to hear the story about the cultural change. And then what got you into to actually automate CSA, and why? Did you go from a CSV to automation, from CSA to automation? We want to just hear your story, okay? And Barb and Stephen, please feel free to comment, ask questions, bug her, do whatever you want. We just want to listen. Thank you.
Thanks, Khalid. So thanks everybody. Hopefully I can kind of share a little bit about our early experience. We had the pleasure of participating back in, I think, we agreed it was about 2019. We started being part of this team and coming together with like leaders and thought leaders around this space, knowing we all have a similar issue and need. We have gone, the pendulum, if you think about it that way. When culturally you have very risk-averse leaders and individuals wanting to make sure that we had an abundance, thank you, an abundance of effort put towards validating the applications that our business uses. And we want to make sure they stand up and hold up to any kind of audits, and that they are supported by our, in our case, our IT organization. But one thing we learned through that journey, like Khalid said, it's been 25 years, we've all been doing this. You get various skill sets coming into your organization of how to do the validation, how to appropriately understand what the scope of it is. And it's not an easy skill or talent to hire, just in general within the industry over the years. And so as we were looking at this, the critical thinking is key to having the right culture and building that relationship with your business partners, understanding that journey with them as well, because they need to trust that what we're doing here, we understand and have worked with them on, yes, this aspect or feature of the system is high risk, but these features are low risk, and do they agree with that when it comes down to how they operate their day-to-day? Well, to do that, it really took a combination of, okay, what type of skills do we have who are already supporting the CSA, CSV, and how can we simplify it for them if we're trying to upskill them into being able to do kind of this approach, right? If they're not familiar with how to do the risk ratings and elements with their business, how do we want to make this simpler on them? Because if we do want to shift that pendulum, it would have taken too much manual effort, if you will, having a lot of those conversations, doing it the old-fashioned way, I will say, Word document based, and trying to get the right pieces put in there to even see the value of what am I really simplifying here downstream. So what you're seeing on, kind of this slide in our journey was, what are some of those big pain points? And I think it even goes into the next slide if you want to kind of forward through. Oh, and then, I guess I should speak to this one quickly, just briefly, is another element that we obviously learned through this. It's all part of your ALM. It's not like I'm just going to simply jump right into testing and know that this is, where I start this journey. No, it starts way upstream into how you work with the business, your scoping of your system and your requirements. And then it trickles down into your other pieces of ALM. So when we talk about this journey, it's the full life cycle, not just what sometimes people conceptually think, hey, it's just about testing. It's not. So it does take the combination of skills and resources on your system. Like in our case, we have, business analysts or technical analysts, and then them and project managers, right? It's great to see Barbara on, because, you have to have project managers understand, this is part of their project life cycle too, and it has to be scheduled and planned for as well. And if they need to help have the right skills on the project to do this, they need to know what kind of skills do I need. So then going into the next slide.
And thank you for that. This is a great slide, because yes, CSA it's not just about testing, and it really the entire life cycle. right? And it continues on. You know, there was one question one time asked to Cisco, does validation ever stop? It doesn't, right? You want to keep your system in a validated state. So you really want, as you adopt CSA from the beginning throughout the life cycle, you want to continue on, and it's going to make your life and the CIO's pocket life much better down the road.
Perfect. Yes, exactly.